Okay, this is the two cheek, and I tried placing the eye on top of this cheek. It does not look right to me because I think the head is very big and the eye this is the biggest eye I can find, so I want to make the eyes even bigger to suit the face. So I did something like this. You crochet the white of the eye, so you can choose either to place this in the middle where the eye will look like this, but I find it more cute if I place it at a corner, either this corner or the other corner. And when you place it here, instead of placing it like this, tilt it a bit, tilt to the top like this, and make the eyes go wider this way. Personally, I find this kind of cute, but depending whether you want it to be like this, you can also have the eyes facing this way. Like this is the cheek, for example, like this, which means both sides will be like this. It's looking at the other side, or tilt it up like this. So the eyes, oh, this is I think way too far. Maybe it should be here a bit. See, because the eyes is kind of small if I do not make this white part, because it makes the eyes looks like it's very far apart. This is the cheek. This should be the valley for the nose. So the eyes should be slightly closer. You know, your eyes should be around somewhere your cheek here. You look at this cheek and you see how far the gap is. So you can either tilt it like this or like this, or even like this, which means both sides will be looking this way. That means both eyes will be this position, which makes like you're looking towards this side. But if you're going to tilt it like this, it makes the eyes goes up, which looks kind of cute too. Anyway, let me just show you how I did the eyes, then you can decide how you're going to do it, how you're going to place it. So as for the eye, it's very simple. I just do a magic ring or magic circle. So inside this magic circle, I'm going to do half double crochet, 8 of it. 1, 2, oops, it got stuck. Wait, let me do that again. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did it in half double crochet because I want it to be bigger. This is the middle of the eye. Then I'm going to go to this first stitch. I'm going to do a single crochet. Let me add a marker to remind me this is the first stitch. Then I'm going to do half double crochet in the next stitch. Then I'm going to do double crochet increase in the next stitch. Increase means 2 double crochet into that same stitch. This is double crochet increase. Then again, I'm going to do a half double crochet in the next stitch. Oops, let me do that again. Half double crochet. So you have single crochet, half double crochet increase, half double crochet, and do the same thing again. So you do 2 sets of this, single crochet, half double crochet, whoops, then, oh wait, I think I skipped a stitch. It's kind of difficult to see. I didn't realize white is even more difficult to see than black. Oh, here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, wait. Let me do that again. I must have skipped a stitch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this 4? Yeah. So I have a single crochet. Then you go to the next stitch. You do a half double crochet. Then you go to the next stitch. You do a double crochet increase. Then you go to the next stitch, you do a half double crochet. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you do a single crochet. Again, half double crochet. Oops. Then you do double crochet increase, and in that last stitch you do half double crochet, and you will get something like this. It will become quite oval shape. I think I pulled too tight for that. I'll do it again later on. It will look like this. Then you decide, you go get the biggest eyes you can find. Then you decide whether you want to put the eyes in the middle or put it at the side. So I will sew it here first. You sew the sides first, then only put the stopper. Because if I am to put this at this corner here, this part here, if I add a stopper here, it will interfere with my stitching. So I'll stitch here first. I'll stitch all this side first, then I add a safety safety lock to lock it inside. So I'll come back to you once I have this nicely done. Halfway through I'll show you, because I think I need to redo this. There's something wrong somewhere. Maybe I did the number of stitches wrong in the starting point. Okay, I've sewed this side, so now I'm going to show you how I'm going to sew this side, because I need one side to guide the other one. I think the gap is just nice. If it's too far apart, it doesn't look real. I mean, it doesn't look cute. Eyes too far apart. So here I tilt it just a bit, like it's going upwards. So it gives you the kind of cuteness I can't explain. When your eyes is kind of tilt a bit. You can actually do it this way as well, but I think this one tilt too much. Here I think it's too, so I'll tilt it just a little bit like this. But then again, it also depends on when I sew it. Will it move? I hope not. Okay, let me just check, because once it's sewn, once I've sewn it, no turning back. Yeah, this looks a bit wider than this, is because when you sew, it's kind of spread out. Okay, so let me put this tail inside, hide this tail inside the head. Let's go inside and hide it. And now we use this part here to sew it all around. So once you make sure this is the right spot, this is the cheek. I know it's not easy to do it when you don't have stuffing in it, because you cannot really visualize. Once you add stuffing, something else turns up. This is the gap, the 8 single crochet part. This is where the nose would be, so I guess the gap is normally 1 eye apart, normally, depending what animal you're making. So I just want to make it as cute as possible, because sometimes it's all about the eyes. Okay, now I think I should want it this way. I do not like to add pin because it's kind of pokey, so I normally would use my hand and hold it tight. Once I made up my mind, this should be the way. Okay, now this here goes up here like this. Then you go to the next stitch. It's easy to go to the next stitch now because I don't have a stopper inside. Here, make sure it touches this line here, so my thumb will hold it here, so that once I sew until here, it's kind of fixed. Okay, wish me luck. Well, this can go wrong sometime. Wait. Okay, get the needle. I'll get the tapestry needle to come up here. Then you go to the next stitch. Oops. Okay, here. Go to the next stitch. I do not want to leave this thumb. Don't pull too tight because it will show, you see, it will sink in. So here it's still okay because the ice is going to cover it. So do not pull too tight. Just gentle pull. Like this. Gently, you go to the next stitch. Pull too tight. You wouldn't want to see those sink in hole. So I guess I can lift my finger now. It's kind of stay put. Okay, now make one more stitch here. Go to the next stitch. Remember, do not pull too tight because it will show a hole there. Okay, now the next stitch. And you see it kind of spread out a bit once you sew, because normally when we crochet, it will kind of curl a bit, curl inwards or curl outwards, depending how you sew it. Here again, the next stitch. Don't pull too tight. There, almost got it. Just a few more stitches left. Oops. Oh my goodness. And this is the time, if you see any holes you want to cover up, you can do now. And you still have the yarn. You see now, like this, pull too tight, it will sink in. So you have to give it a pull a bit, like this. And if you want, you can do 2 rounds of it, but I don't find it necessary. So long I have stitched 1 whole circle, I am satisfied. There. Oh, look at that. It just came alive. So here, you just make sure you can't really see awful stitches, I hope. Then you turn to the back. Get the 2 tails together and tie a knot. Don't tie too tight. Just a simple knot will do. And this part here, I'm gonna add the safety, the locker. Oops. You know the safety eyes, you have a lock. Okay. Lock it. And you have a lovely eye. I think this is the biggest hit I've ever crocheted because I haven't done any eyes this big before. Okay, now as for the nose and the mouth, I was thinking like maybe I should finish the whole thing, add stuffing before I add the nose, because I need to pull it a bit. Wait, let me see. Should I pull the eyes to make it sink in a bit? No, I don't think so. Because since I have this, it already make the eyes kind of cute. So if you do not want to crochet this part here, you only have the black eye, maybe you should make 2 stitches around the eye and pull it to the back so that the eye is kind of sink in a bit. Well, I don't think I want to do that because I already have this part here to make the eye look kind of big. Actually, the sink in effect is slightly a bit of that to make it kind of like you know, kind of sink in a bit to make it look like it's bigger slightly. Now I was thinking better should I add the eyebrow? Will it be more cute with eyebrow or without? I think at this point I would just crochet the whole thing because here it's kind of crooked. I can't really see where I should stitch the mouth. I'll do that later. Okay, now I think we should continue with this. Add stuffing and seal the whole place, the whole head. Oh yes, I have some leftover of this. Maybe I'll use it as the blusher before I seal. And I can tie a knot inside. Oops. So normally how do you do your blusher? Do you do it horizontal, vertical, sideways? I think this time now I should do it sideways. Right at the bottom of the eye, I'll do it like this. And then one more here, just like 3 rows, 3 single crochet away. There. Is it obvious that it blush, or should I do more? I think at certain angle you could see it blush, right? Or should I add a thicker blush? You want the blush to thicken. Sorry, here first. Just do one more stitch. Let it become thick. Like this. There. At least it looks thicker. Yes, that looks about right. And I'll just tie a knot. Wait, before I tie a knot and see if it's too tight. This. Okay, I'll just tie a knot, and I'll do the same for the other cheek, so I do not throw away all this from my earlier project. Oops. Okay, I'll get back to you once I'm done with the other side as well. Okay, I just realized I have safety nose like this, pink color safety nose. If you do not have, you can just sew a dot here for the nose. This is just my choice. You can do it your way. You don't have to follow exactly. This is optional. So I am going to make one stitch from here. I haven't added a stopper yet. Okay, should be from here, from the nose here. Oops. Oh gosh. Here. Make sure I have the tail inside. I'm going to 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 stitch down. Let me see. Oops. Oh gosh. I haven't been using safety nose for a very long time, and I realize I have some of this in one of the drawers. Okay, and should have a smiley mouth. Wait, is this long enough? Wait, this should go a little bit further down. There's no fixed rule to this. You don't have to follow exactly what I do. Do you want it to smile from ear to ear? Or just a shy smile? Let's see if this will turn out to be a shy smile. Like this. Over here. Oh, okay. It turns out quite cute, I would say. I'm not sure about you. Because beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. If you get me right. I mean, depending on how we look at things. Okay, I am quite satisfied with this and it looks kind of cute. So I'm gonna tie a knot, add a stopper here and continue with the bottom. Now I was thinking, like, before I add stuffing, I want to know if there's anything else that I need to do before it's too late. Okay, let me just add a stopper here. Not sure if this is the right stopper. I hope it is. Oh, okay, yes it is. And this tail, with this tail, just tie a knot. Sorry that you have to bear with me that I change my mind very often, because sometimes after I stitch it I find it's not that cute, I would just change my mind. Okay, I'll come back to you and see what else that I need before I seal the bottom here. So do share your version of your ship in the comment section. I would love to see how yours turn out. Okay, now let's continue with row 29. Row 29, I'm going to do 5 single crochet, 1 2 3 4 and 5. You do 1 2 3 4 5 and you do a decrease. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5, decrease, and you're gonna do 6 sets of it. And this row 29, you should have 36 stitches. So now we go to row 30. Oh, sorry. Row 30, I'm going to do single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Let me add a marker. 1 2, and you do a 2 together, and again 1 2, 1 2, decrease, 1 2. This makes 1 set, and you're gonna do 6 sets of this. And this is the last decrease in this row, and you will have 2 more stitches left. And you do 2 single crochet. And this row, you should have 30 stitches. And next, row 31. Row 31, I'm going to do 3 single crochet, 1 2 3, and you do a decrease. Do 1 2 3, decrease, and you're gonna do 6 sets of it. And this row you should have 24 stitches, and also please add stuffing now on. Okay, I've added some stuffing inside, not much. I'm gonna add more later on. And make sure you push it to the cheek here more, so that the cheek can't face, you know, so that the cheek really plumb up. So I will plumb up this part first and leave the middle here kind of hollow, and later I'll add more, so that when I add later on it's just here. So plumb up the whole part here, the whole head, make sure it's round. Most important is the cheek part here, because you wouldn't want it to sink in like this, you know. you wouldn't want it to sink in like this, so you have to push it out. So you're gonna add more stuffing here, especially the cheek part. Let me add a bit more before I start, like this, and later I can shape it around again. Here, if you want, later you can make one stitch to make it like anyway, we can shape it around later on. See, this kind of sink in there, because later we're gonna add the fur on the head, so we only get to see this part. So this part here, depending whether you want to make it sink in or not. Well, I would think that actually I can shape it when I want to take my photo. Don't have to really pull with the yarn. There, you already sink in. Now, let's continue with this first, because after we crochet, all this will go jumble up again. It will not be, it will still sink in like this. So let's continue first, and I'll add more stuffing. So the next row should be at row 22. Row 22, I'm going to do single crochet in the next two, followed by a decrease. So 1, 2, now I have to hold it this way, and decrease. I should have 6 sets of this. 1, 2, oops, decrease. 1, 2, decrease, 1, 2, decrease. You don't have to worry so much about the holes here. You can see like tiny holes here because the fur is going to cover it up. So long you just plump it up, make sure the cheek is plump up nicely, and that's it. One, 2, decrease, and the last set. Oops, it's kind of difficult to hold now. 1, 2, decrease. Now the last set, not exactly the last set, the second last row. You can do this as the last row, or you can do this as the second last row, because if I pull, then it'll be, well, I guess it can, because this part will be covered. Okay, we will make this our last row. I'm gonna do 1 single crochet. Oops. Ooh, let me do that again. 1 single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease. Whoops, I caught some of the stuffing. 1 single crochet, decrease, 1 single crochet, decrease. Oops. Single, 1, 2, oh, correct. 1 single crochet, decrease, and now this is the last set. 1 single crochet, decrease. Okay, I'll make this my last row. So you cut the yarn, make sure you have a bit of a tail before you seal the hole here. Add more stuffing to rub it up nicely. Make sure the cheeks are plump. I think here it's not plump up enough. Oh yeah, I think it's okay because once I seal this, it will go inwards like this. Okay, now I'm gonna seal this part here. Just gonna sew on all the front loop. Just go through all the front loop. I didn't actually count, but you should have 12 stitches or 12 front loop to go through. Now this is the ending part, so you do not really need to count. So long you find like it looks as if all the front loop is taken, then you pull there. Once you pull, you just make a few stitches here and there. So no worries about all these holes here. These are sometimes made when we do a decrease. You know, sometimes the way we make decrease is not tight enough. But no worry, because the fur is going to cover it up. Now I'm doing this is just to hide this yarn. I'm just gonna hide this yarn. So I just make it go through a few places, you know, so it will kind of lock it. you can go back to this hole here in the middle, because this hole is still kind of big, but anyway, we're gonna make another layer of fur to cover up the head. So this is not the last part yet. So after this, I'm gonna make the fur stitch, make a few stitches onto the head and sew the head to the back, and that's it. So just hide this inside. So no worry about this. You don't have to worry so much about this. This is, we will shape it around later on. Because no matter what you do, how you shape it, then later when you are holding here to crochet this part, this will sink in and this will sink in. So when you want to take photo, go plumb it up. Isn't that cute? Okay, now let's do the fur, or should I say the hair.